Greetings viewers, so first this video for me. Not done one of these type of videos before, and just to explain what we're doing today. I'm interested in doing the IAM Advanced Driving course, Institute of Advanced Motorists. I've been doing some research into it, and there's obviously a lot of practice around hazards and narrating as you're actually driving, so it demonstrates that you're planning, you're anticipating, and you're looking for risk. It's obviously not just as simple as that, there's more to it, but I wanted to do a video to kind of practice for it, because I can't quite justify the cost of the course at the moment, but I'm very intrigued by it, and I thought I'd just have a crack myself. I've been watching a lot of Ashley Neal's videos. I'll post a link to his channel in the description. Very knowledgeable driving instructor, and I've improved my driving a lot from watching his videos. I've not had any extra training since I passed my driving test in 2003. As I'm doing this video, there's going to be errors which people will pick up on and probably go, haha, you didn't see this, and they'll be posting that in the comment section, which is fair enough. I will probably notice stuff myself, which I'll then be critiquing myself on, perhaps on the go or when I get back and review the video. Sort of bad habits which I've actually got better at from watching Ashley's videos, although they are still there occasionally, is flashing lights to let people in. You shouldn't do that. Ashley bangs on about that a lot, and rightly so. That's a habit I've got to try and kick. Being triggered by other drivers' behaviour. Sometimes, you know, the red mist sets in, I'll pip the horn at them. Something you shouldn't do. The horn is there to alert people to your presence if necessary. It's not there as a telling off tool. The route I'm going to do today, we are in Matlock in Derbyshire. Very warm day, although it's going to get warmer over the next few days. I'm going to be going from here, which is Smedley Street, down into the town centre, which is busy today. A lot of bikers around, a lot of risk. Then I'm going to be driving up onto the country road, so there's not going to be any motorways or dual carriageways or anything involved today. There may be a bit of a rattling noise as I'm driving along. I think the dash cam may have come loose slightly on the mount. And for those who haven't seen some of my other videos, the car I've got is a Skoda Octavia Estate 2017. It's a 1.4 petrol, the TSI engine. And if during this video you don't hear me mention about changing gears and what gear I'm in, it's because it's an automatic. It's the DSG gearbox, so that's one less thing for the narration during this footage. I've also had the car remapped from 150 to 185 horsepower, which has made a big difference, and the torque figure has gone up from 240 to 316 newton meters, I think it is. So yeah, so we'll make a start. I'll try my best, see if I'll probably make some errors, as I say, but we'll give it a crack. So I'll just get my seat belt on, ready for the off. I've seen a Volkswagen ahead, Volkswagen up parking in. The car in drive. There's a van coming up behind me, so I'm not moving off yet. There's also a taxi coming the other way, and this is not an ideal street for passing. It's a little bit tight. I'll wait for this taxi to clear. There's no pedestrians around me. Now, there's nobody whatsoever to indicate to at the moment, so I'm not putting an indicator on. That's something now I have a bad habit of as well. Sometimes I'll indicate and I'll not do proper observation skills to see if there's anyone to actually indicate to who would benefit from that indicator. I'm coming to the end of the street now. Again, there's no pedestrians around, there's no cars opposite at the junction for me to alert to with the indicator. There's a car coming up behind now, so I'm going to indicate now. There's an Audi coming to the right, so I can't pull out yet. It's a very tight junction. There's an Iceland van. I'm just mindful of him. Body language, he's committed. He's now coming down here, and we're off. can run away with you down Bank Road. It's very steep, so I'm just mindful of that, just taking my time. Light application of the brakes. Town centre is likely to carry a bit more risk of pedestrians stepping out, possibly motorbikes and cyclists as well. It's very busy in Matlock at weekends. It's a very popular tourist location. I'm slowing down as I pass these cars in case anybody steps out. There's cars pulling out this junction, I'm just slowing down. Lights are on green. Just taking my time. That's a seriously green Audi going the other way with gold wheels. Interesting. Bit blingy. Now I can't clear the light, so I'm holding back. There's no point going forward because I can't get any further forward. Really, now they've gone to red. Just make sure nobody else is going to suddenly step out and run across, but when the lights go, and they are doing, these lights are on red forever. Away nice and steady, and I'm going to go left at the roundabout. As you can see, there's a lot of motorbikes around. I'm going to hold back here. Right, we're clear to the right. I can make progress. I'm just taking my time, make sure I don't clear these traffic lights. Block the lights, I mean. Right, they've just changed behind me, so that's fine. Nice and slow. There's a lot of people around. I don't want to be driving quickly. 30 mile an hour is the limit, not the minimum, remember. So I'm going straight on at this roundabout. No one's indicating right. And we're through. Bus loads of people today. Just trying not to close the gap. This place on the left hand side was a Ford dealership once. It's now going to be apartments. Now where's he going? Could do with you making your mind up, pal. And he's got his mobile phone in his hand. Wonderful. Good to go. So he's a bit of an idiot. How did he not see that Mercedes turning in the road and went charging up to him? Right, pick up a little bit of speed now. There's obviously a football game on. Chaps crossing, I'm just backing off on the accelerator. Not sure what this Mercedes has done. I'll give him a wide berth, I think. He just slammed his brakes on a bit there. Well, I was only doing 18 miles an hour there over that slow sign. It's a bit of a crest of a hill. Slow, as Ashley Neal helpfully pointed out recently, is speed low observation warning. Now I've got two Mercedes side by side here, taking the entire road up for a discussion. Not your mind up, guys. He's going in through the exit only of the petrol station. And he's just cut that car up. Wonderful. Wonderful work. Getting up a bit of speed. Getting out of the town centre now, away from the hustle and bustle. Nice clear road. Risk level has dropped. 40 mile an hour sign here. That's another habit I sometimes have. I start accelerating out of the 30 mile an hour. So sometimes I'll be doing the speed limit. Sorry, I'll be exceeding the speed limit before the sign, and vice versa. I'll slow down after the sign. That's a habit. I'm getting better at it. I've got to kick it all together. You know, the speed limit doesn't change till the sign. It's nice and clear up here. That white van appears to be parking in. I'm conscious this car's going to be wanting to go by him. He's on the grass verge. I can see enough now to see it's clear. I'll pick up speed again. There are some turn-ins on the left here, so I'm just not accelerating too quick. There's like a trading estate coming up. Start easing down now for the 30. Make sure I'm doing the speed limit before I reach the sign. Heading into Tansley now. There might be a few people knocking about here. There's a pub on the left. Nice scarecrow there. Speed low observation warning again, although it's very faint on this road. It's because there's some turn-ins just around this bend and driveways. And another one there. Police are often through this section here doing the speed camera. Not here today, but they do regularly come here. And it's something else Ashley Neal points out in his video about what does slow mean on the road. I think it's called a backronym rather than an acronym, because I think it's something somebody thought of after the fact. So I don't think it specifically says it's called speed low observation warning in the highway code. But you may already be going slow enough. So if you see the slow sign, it doesn't mean you've got to slow down. Your speed may already be appropriate for the risk and the bend that's coming up. However, it's warning you, just backing off there, it's warning you to expect potential problems, you know, risk of vehicles turning. So I'm doing just under 40 here. That's enough to deal with this bend. Gradually start accelerating. A little bit fast there. Right, now we're up into the 50 zone. Pick up speed gradually, but mindful that there's another slow sign there. There's a turn in there. I'm going at the right speed to deal with it. Another thing Ashley speaks about, which will come in on these country lanes, is your limit points. So it's as far as you can see. So if you can't see round the bend, if it's a sharp turn in particular, you can't go in at full tilt. Even if your speed is enough to deal with that bend, you don't know what's around the corner, so you've got to back off and then accelerate out when it's safe. Now there is no one to indicate to at the moment. There is now. There's a van coming and I'm going in left turn, which is where he's indicated to. Peugeot's going that way as well. He's going to fall in behind me. Very poor road surface down this stretch. Quite narrow in spaces, so I'm taking my time. I'm not rushing. Potholes everywhere. 50 pedestrians here now. They're walking towards a junction where there's going to be vehicles turning in. We might need to go a little bit wider of them, so I'm just backing off. And we're going left here. There is a car behind me, so I'm indicating my direction. And I'm going straight down there opposite. So to the right it is clear, there's nothing coming up the way, so another indication on turning. Only doing just under 50 miles an hour. Another slow sign in the road. There's an example of your limit point. I don't know what's around that corner yet. I can see just the vehicle over the top of the stone wall there, so I can see enough to see he's making progress. Nobody behind me whatsoever at the moment. So by going a little slower, I'm not impeding anybody's progress. I'm driving at a speed which I think is safe. Backing off a bit in case someone comes barreling up to the junction. Another slow sign. Just take it nice and steady around here. Tight corner, you see. It's better to back off than go barreling in. Now I can start picking up a bit of pace. These roads are national speed limit. There is now a car behind me, but it's way back. Might be that Peugeot actually. I'm closing in on the black van ahead. There's a bit of a crest of a hill coming up, so I'm easing off. I don't want to be too close to him. Give myself some thinking distance and some stopping distance. Plus you've got to bear in mind there's a lot of farmland here, so you're going to have potential farm vehicles turning in and out. Another crest of a hill, just easing off it took so I can see. Sharp bend coming up. Visibility is good on this one though. You've got a nice clear view of the road round the corner there, over the top of the stone wall. And again we can make some good progress down here. Nobody behind me at the moment. That car's still way back. Car behind is now closing in a little bit. He's coming up behind. Just easing off a bit as I'm closing in on that van. There's another crest of the hill here, and we're coming up to Slack Hill as it's known locally. Now, the main part of Slack Hill is to my right. It's a dual carriageway coming up the hill. But people sometimes come up here very fast, so you've got to have your wits about you pulling out of here. I'm now turning into my right, but I've not got enough space to get out before these next two cars. Got a red one coming up there, coming up way too fast, trying to judge the speed. He's actually going left, but the other two are bunched up very close behind him, still alright to the left. One will look to the left again, to the right, we're alright to go. Accelerating too much because there's a side turn in there. Now picking up a little bit more speed. There's a car coming up behind, but it's plenty of gap. was in case they were going to cross the road, but we just stood around having a conversation, so that's fine. Another slow sign. Just taking this bend easy. It's got a bit of a twist in the road here, down the hill and then off to the right. .40-mile-an-hour sign is coming up, so easing off now. Try and get down to 40. Yeah, we're at 14 times per sign. Way by there, no more pulling out. There's turnings on each side of the road down here, so you've just got to be mindful of that. Backing off ready for the 30 limit, which starts just past this turning. I'm going to bring the video to an end once I've taken a right turn into Wellington Street, past the Duke of Wellington pub, a little further up. See if there's anybody at the pedestrian crossing. Anticipate the lights will change if they are, but I can't see anybody there. No one's pressing the button. The main crossing for the school, so at school times it gets chaotic out here. So this is the pub coming up on the right. Easy enough. Indicator on. Into the street I'm turning into. Sometimes some people do that, they look in, sorry, they turn in, but they don't actually looking at any obstacles that's into the street they're turning into. I'll actually go up Cavendish Road before I end this video actually, so I'm going to indicate up here. Wait for the traffic coming from town to clear. Couple of cars behind me, no pedestrians looking to cross the junction. Okay, so I think we'll conclude the video there. I'll watch it back and then post it on YouTube. Hopefully learn a few bits from it and then try and implement this more and more. It's quite difficult to kind of adopt this way of driving. And it'll be interesting doing the IAM course in the future and probably doing even more narrating than I have been doing and picking up on even more things. But for now, thanks for watching, see you later.